Boom. All right. So if you're a fitness coach and you're looking to scale, when you first start, typically a lot of the people that you're marketing to that are already on your page, you know them. But as you build the business at scale, you're going to start selling to more people that you don't know than people than you know. It's going to be an overwhelming amount of people that you don't know, majority of people that you don't know, right? So you need to understand how to take eyeballs that have never seen you before and how to take them through your funnel so that they, one, are attracted to you, but two, they learn to know, trust, and like you. And then three, they feel enough conviction in order to pay you thousands of dollars for fitness coaching. So today we're going to talk through the 5 levels of buyer awareness, what that looks like within an individual, and then some different angles that you can take to approach in order to move somebody through the funnel so that they're hitting these different levels of buyer awareness. And then eventually they feel enough conviction in order to move forward, to raise their hand, and to get started and to pay you for coaching. So let's talk through it. Right. So first off, let's acknowledge like the funnel, right? There's going to be way more people that are at your top of funnel than bottom of funnel. That's why it's a funnel, right? Very simple. But I need you guys to understand that conceptually before we talk through this, because there's going to be more people in this stage than any other stage, right? But the goal is to get as many people here as possible, then to nurture. Because the more people we get in, the more people we can nurture. The more people we can nurture, the more people we can move to action. The more people that we're moving to action, the more people are paying us for coaching, right? So we have 5 different stages. You have unaware, you have problem aware, you have solution aware, you have product aware, and then you have most aware. So let's go by stage. So let's talk through unaware, right? Doesn't know they have a real problem. Just vague dissatisfaction, not thinking about fitness as a solvable thing yet, may not even track weight, strength, energy as connected issues. Now, a lot of the way that I tend to explain this is, say for I'm from the South, I'm from Arkansas. Think about the lady that say classifies herself as big boned or thick and is unaware that she's morbidly obese and it's going to have serious health implications, right? So when you think about that person, she knows that she gets tired walking up the steps. She knows that she doesn't love the way she looks in her clothes the same way that she used to love the way that she looks, but she just doesn't know why, right? So pure relatability, no pitch, a moment they recognize, winded up the stairs, avoiding photos, clothes fitting different without naming fitness as the fix shit, right? They don't know what they don't really understand like why they feel this way. They just know that they feel this way. So in order to move, and so before you move somebody through the funnel, you have to get them to realize that they are not where they want to be, right? So when you're making content, you have to acknowledge these things in their life that they're dissatisfied with in order to progress them through the funnel, because if they're not dissatisfied, then there's no urgency. If there's no urgency, then you don't have anybody that's going to buy, right? So you have to create urgency in somebody, and you do that by acknowledging the things that are making them dissatisfied. All right, so let's move to the next stage. That is problem aware. So know something is off, weight, energy, strength, confidence, but hasn't connected it to needing structured help. Probably thinks I just need to try harder, I'll start Monday. All right. So when I think about the problem aware side of things, like I think of the lady that is, she knows that she knows that she has a problem. I mean, I'm just going to say the same thing. She knows that she has a problem, right? But she doesn't really know what the solution is. Um, and I know that's very vague. Let me see if I can come up with a little bit more in depth explanation. Um, but this is somebody that's a little bit more aware of the things that they're facing, right? So the way that I explained it to the people that I work with earlier was that it's the difference between consciously feeling this way and subconsciously feeling this way, like it being on the forefront of your mind and it being on the back of your mind, right? So shifting somebody from unaware to problem aware is bringing those problems up to the forefront of their mind from their subconscious so that they are conscious that they feel this way, so it starts to plague them and bother them. um, so name why willpower alone hasn't worked. Inconsistency, no plan, no accountability. Planning the idea that the problem isn't effort, it's structure, right? And we're trying to move somebody from problem aware, so it's on the forefront of their mind, to solution aware, which is they know coaching, personal training is a real solution, but they haven't picked a method or person, maybe comparing gym memberships, apps, in-person PT, online coaching. Um, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the audience to understand that there is a solution to the problem that's on the forefront of their mind, right? So you can do this by distinguishing your coaching, pointing out the pros of having an online coach and the cons of having in person, right? The pros being you develop some level of self sufficiency. You can have a coach anywhere. You can have somebody 24/7 rather than 2 to 3 days a week. Um, why a program beats just going to the gym. Um, yeah, and the biggest thing is that accountability, having somebody to be there with you, and but also having somebody to help you develop the self-sufficiency to do it on your own, so that it's a long-term, so that it has long-term implications, and it's not just like a fad, like, all right, I'm going to go work with this personal trainer for 2 months and then I'm going to fall off because I became dependent on that person because I needed somebody there with me, compared to having an online coach that is helping me develop the habits in order to do this long term. um, so again, shifting somebody from the subconscious, all right, I don't really like the way that I feel or look, or um, all of these consequences of not being where they want to be, right, to them consciously thinking about it, to taking them from subconscious to conscious, to okay, here is a valid solution for my problem, which is coaching, mentorship, whatever you're selling, right? And then from taking them from the subconscious to the conscious to, all right, this is an actual solution to this problem. Then you want to take them to, okay, this person is the solution to my problem. So knows about you specifically, follows your content. Maybe you've had a conversation, knows your niche, but hasn't committed, comparing you to other coaches, or just needs a nudge. Um, Content angle, proof and identity fit, client transformations, your specific method, why someone like them fits your approach, right? So this is taking somebody from, okay, I no longer just know that fitness is going to help me, but you're trying to get them aware that your specific style of fitness, your coaching, is what could possibly help them. And the reason I had this line is because we're taking somebody from top of funnel to middle of funnel to bottom of funnel. Now I have bottom of funnel knocked off because somebody can enter your stage at any of these levels of awareness, or somebody could enter your funnel at any of these stages or levels of awareness. Um, but at the end of the day, you're trying to get them to know, trust, and like you enough to move forward with you on the call, right? So whether they're coming in at problem aware, solution aware, product aware, you want them to get enough nurturing so that they are confident enough to pay you 3 to 6K for fitness coaching or more on that call. So we just talked from taking them from subconscious to conscious to all right, this is a real solution, to okay, I know of this person and this person could help me, could be the solution. And then from that we're moving them to action, right? So most of where so they know that they have a problem, it's at the forefront of their mind, they know there's a solution, they know that you have the solution, and now you're moving them to action. So what I see a lot in this stage is one, testimonial, so social proof, call to actions, a lot of polls, call to action. So getting people to raise their hand, outbound messaging people. So they know you, they trust you, they like you, they're ready. They just need the actual offer and the reason to act today. So this could be some kind of promotional, promotional, a challenge. You're just you're giving something in order to move them to action and create urgency in them. Um, Retargeting audience. This is more paid traffic. um, and then follow ups, right? So direct offer, um, straightforward CTA. Yeah. So at the end of the day, we're trying to move somebody from top of funnel to bottom of funnel because, like I said, you have to learn how to convert people that have never seen you before. So what that means is you have to learn how to take them through each stage so that when they get on the call, they're ready to buy. So they know they have a problem. They know that you have the solution. They know that your solution is the solution that they want. And then you have to create enough urgency in that person in order to get them to move forward on the call. I know that was a lot. It was only 11 minutes. I'm probably going to clip it some. Um, but this only becomes increasingly more important as you scale. So right now we do 6 figures a month, trying to get to 7 figures a month. Now you need to make sure that you're hitting every level of awareness, because if you're not, your total addressable market is going to decrease, right? And not only that, but when we talk about the middle of funnel, when we talk about nurturing people, you need to know where somebody's at in order to speak to that person, right? And we know that there's people in everybody's funnel and everybody's offer that's at a different stage, at a different level of awareness. So you have to be conscious of the different levels of awareness so that you can speak to that specific person, because their situation, their characteristics, their pain points, they're all going to be a little different, right? So you need to know what you need to be giving people in order to get them to the next stage or level of awareness, or to get them to move forward and book the call, etc. Right. So this video is a middle of funnel video, right? It's me nurturing my audience. It's me giving value so that you know what the fuck so that you know that I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So if you're like, all right, I may want to pay this guy, I'm gonna watch this video to see if he knows what he's talking about. And you could be at any stage of the funnel. You can not know what online fitness coaching is. You can know who I am. You can know what it is, but you don't really know how to get started. You can know how to get started, but you just don't really know if you want to work with me specifically. Whether it's because you don't know if I have enough knowledge, or you don't know the price point, right? So you could be at any level of awareness whilst watching this video. But the goal is to give you value so that you are aware. I mean, it kind of checks all these boxes, and that's why I don't have a middle of funnel or a top of funnel, because again, you could come in at any point, but the goal of this video is to give you value so that you like me, and then you decide to pay me. If you are an online fitness coach and you're doing, I'm trying to pivot to guys that are doing 10 to 20K a month. But I'm not, with this content, I'm not going to put a cap on where you're at. But if you're looking to scale to multiple 5 figures a month, 6 figures a month, my Instagram is Coach Show Up. You can shoot me a DM. I'll probably link my calendar below. So if you are want to book a call, you can book a call there. But just reach out. If you have any questions, reach out. And then I'll see if I can help. But I appreciate you guys. If you stayed, I appreciate you for watching. And I look forward to the next video, because this is about to be, it's got to be a daily thing. So I appreciate you.